Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day one of this open data kit training, which I said we are going to carry it between today and tomorrow. And like always, I used to start with the outlines of what we are to cover for day one. So these are our outlines. We are going to talk about the training. We'll talk about this training. What are you going to learn? What are you going to expect in the training or as an outcome after the training? I will discuss about that. Then we'll talk about a data collection. Of course, we'll talk about data collection because the training we are about to carry has to do with data collection skills. Then we'll talk about data collection methodologies. These are things that you need to know, you need to learn, you need to understand, because in an interview, you might be asked this question: what are the data collection methodologies? So you need to learn it today. And also you learn data collections tools. You will learn this also today. That is data collection tools. What are the data collection tools that we have? We'll talk about that. Then I'll discuss about ODK. That is the main topic. I'll talk about it. How ODK works. I'll talk about how ODK works. Then today you will learn how ODK works. Then how to register an account and develop a new form. We're going to talk about that today also. This is our practical part of the training. That is number 7, is where we are going to have a practical part of it. So I will show you that. And also we'll have, sorry, please, sorry, I don't know what I click on. Sorry, just take us to the end. Sorry. Sorry, I'm coming back. Okay. So if you can see my screen, let me know. Okay, then we'll have a question and answer and we'll have a conclusion. These are what we are going to cover for the day. These are our outlines. That is 9 of them. That's what we are going to discuss. So let's start with number 1 on the line item. That is about the training. So in this training, we are going to talk about Open Data Kit. You learn Open Data Kit. You'll know how to work with Open Data Kit and how to collect data with it, how to download the data. If you are a data analyst, then how to, you'll just go ahead and analyze the data, because it's a tool used to collect data. So don't worry, I'm going to take you step by step. You'll understand all the things you need to know related to this ODK, and I will teach you with I will give you hands-on training on how to develop the ODK. Not only using the ODK, how to develop it by yourself so that you can create the form, you can deploy the form, and after the collection of the data, you can download the data and maybe submit it or give it to anyone that needs to have the data. So this is what you should expect in the training. And please, you need to have an Android phone, because Android phone, because we are going to have a practical session where you are going to use your phone to maybe deploy the form, to put some data and do other things. So please, you need to have an Android phone with you. I think tomorrow we are going to use that, but today all you need is to maybe get a jotter and write whatever you want to write, so that you will not forget it. So this is what to expect about this training. Then next thing we are going to talk about is data collections. Like I said, this training, or the ODK that you are seeing, has everything to do with data collection. So when it comes to these skills that we have, different skills that we have, data collection alone is a skills on its own. There are people that are good in data collection. They know how to develop a questionnaire, they know how to conduct a survey, they know how to collect data, and they know how to provide that data. So this is something that has to do with data collection, and we're going to talk about data collections so that you will understand what data collection is all about before we go ahead and talk about ODK. Okay, so data collection is the process, as you can see, it's just a process of collecting and evaluating information. So whenever you hear anything related to data collection, is a process. Of course, it's a process. Like I keep telling people, even data analysis that you are hearing is a process. So there are different things that they are process. They are not the study on its own. They are process. They are process towards achieving something. So it's a process of collecting and evaluating information or data from multiple sources to find answers to research problem, answer questions, evaluate outcomes, and the rest. All these are what data collections entail. So whenever there is need for an assessment, or there is need to find an answer to a particular question, or there is need to conduct a research on a particular problem, a data collection must be carried out in order for people, or in order for stakeholders to get the answer to whatever they are looking for. For example, now the inflation of prices on all the commodities and other goods that we have, a data can be collected maybe within a particular market to see what what are the root causes of this inflation. So when that data collection is carried out is to answer, or is to conduct a research to a particular problem. What are the root causes to that inflation? Then data collection will be carried out, and that's what necessitate the data collection process. So this is about data collection that you need to understand. So let's move on and talk about the data collections methodology. Okay, since you conduct a data collection, in order for you to, like we said, to collect data, to evaluate information, or to maybe to conduct a research, or to answer some questions. Okay, so since you collect data on that purpose, now what you need to understand, what are the methods of collecting data? What are the methods, ways of collecting data, how data can be collected? There are several methods of collecting data. One that we have on the list, I'm sorry, the first that we have on the list is a survey. We collect data through a survey. That's number one way of collecting data. We collect it through a survey. Another thing is we collect data through a questionnaire. Then we developed a questionnaire, and we distributed the questionnaire to people, and people answer it and they bring it back to us. So this is also a method of collection a data, that is through questionnaire. And that's what a lot of people are doing during their final year project in university. They distributed questionnaire to people, and then they gather the data and analyze it and whatever. So we collect data through questionnaire. And also another thing is focus group discussion. Also is a way of data collection. This focus group discussion is for example, if you want to do that, is you as a person that want to collect the data, you go to a particular community, maybe there is a gathering of 10 people or 20 people, let's say youth, or maybe under 15 years or above 18 or under 35, whatever category of age you want, you gather those people in the same compound, or within or under a tree, whatever, you sat down with them, you have a discussion with the people. So as you are discussing with them, you are understanding what is going on with them. Maybe the problems they are facing, what they need, what they want, everything. What are their problems? What they think will be the solution to that problem? What is happening? What that you just discussed with them. Like you have at least 30 to 45-minute discussion with them. It can be above, but you need to discuss with them. That's what focus group discussion is all about. So it's a way of data collection, another form of data collection. And also we have interview. We conduct interview. So there is interview that we use to conduct in order for us to gather information from people. So interview also is a way of, is another method of data collection. We did interview. We have several types of interview. We have key informants interview. We have a lot of interviews that has to do with stakeholders interview and other things. In order for you to interview some people, talk to them, ask them some question, and you gather information through that the interaction with them. Then we also have research. Research is another way of method of data collection. Research. We conduct a research. So you just go ahead and do your own research on a particular matter or in a particular subject or on a particular topic in order for you to gather a data or information to do something with it. That's another way of data collection. And we have observations. Observations also are ways of a method of data collections. Observations. You just observe how things go in, how things have been moving around and others. That's a way of data, another method of data collection. And there are lots of these data collection methodologies. There are lots of them. You can do your own research and learn them. But if you know this survey, questionnaire, focus group discussion, interview, research, observations, believe me, even if you were asked what are the data collection methodologies, you can say it. When you mention these 4 or 5 of them, believe me, people will believe that you know what data collection methodologies is all about. So this is another thing you need to understand. So next thing, we are going to talk about data collection tools. What are the tools that are used to collect data? These tools that you are seeing is like ways of collection of collection data. How do you collect data? What are the ways? There are several ways of collecting data. One, we have online way of collecting data. We have offline, we have offline way of collecting data. Offline, that is to collect a data offline. When I say offline, you all know what offline means. That is one-on-one, like focus group discussion that we discussed. You can collect it one-on-one, you can write it, jot it, you do it like that. That's another one way of collecting a data. And also we collect data through online. This is another tools of collecting data. All these that I'm saying, there are different categories under them. The offline, there are lots of things under it. Online, there are lots of things under it. So we collect data through online also. We have lots of forms. All these forms that you are seeing, Google form that you use to register for this training, is a tool of data collection, because we collect the data, but we did it online. It's an online tools of what? Data collection. And we have several ones of questionnaire, that is document questionnaire that you print, you photocopy, you share it with people. It's an offline way of collection of data. Then the last one that we have is a hybrid way. We have hybrid tools. These are tools that we use to collect data with them, either offline or online. These are the hybrid. You can do the collection of data offline, and later on you can submit it online. So these are the another tools of that are used to collect data. That is the hybrid that has to do with offline and online. And this is the reason why I chose to teach you ODK, because ODK is one of the example of hybrid data collection tools. It's an hybrid, it's a hybrid data collection tool that you use to collect data either offline or online. And that's why we are going to use the ODK. So these are the data collection tools that we have. So let's move. So now we are going to talk about the Open Data Kits itself. What is Open Data Kits, or what Open Data Kits is all about? So you see, Open Data Kits is just a free and open source software for collecting, managing, and using data in resource-constrained environments. You see, the reason why this ODK is famous, useful, and very important for someone to know how to work with it is because almost all the organizations around the world nowadays are using ODK to collect data. Why? Because it can be used to collect data in a resource-constrained environment. That is, environments that lack a lot of things in life. They don't have electricity. They don't have what do you call it? They don't have network. It's just a total rural areas. So you can go there is no network there. How will you collect data? And that's why NGOs, a lot of them, NGOs, they are using what? They are using open data kit for them to collect data. That's why if some of you have ever, did that data collection with NGOs, I believe you know what ODK is all about. You use ODK, you collect data, you did a level, you submit your data, and this. So this is what this open data tools kit is all about. And when you use it, you can go to remote area, collect the data. When you come back to urban areas, you can send the data where there is network. You can just connect your mobile phone and send your data. And that one of the most important thing about this open data kit and why NGOs are using it more frequently. So this is it. Another thing we are going to discuss about is how ODK works. So how did this ODK works? So first of all, ODK, you need to first of all build a form. You need to build a form on it. That's number one thing. Most of you that work with ODK, maybe it was just installed, it was installed on your mobile phone. You just go to the field, fill the data, you send, and that's all. But that's not what we are going to discuss in this training. I'm going to teach you how to even build the form by yourself. So you're going to build the form. That's number one thing, to build the form. That is what kind of information do you want to collect in the field? So you are going to develop a form to collect such information. Two, you collect the data. After you build the form, then you collect the data. How do you collect the data? So we'll talk about that. How do you collect the data after you build the form? Then you aggregate the data. That is, you put the data together. That's one thing about it. It's ODK aggregate every data that you have, all the data from different sources, that is from different people. It can be enumerators, it can be data collectors, you can call them any name, with any name. So it will put all the data together for you. So if maybe I'm using ODK for people in different LGS from different states, but they are using the same form that I built. They are using the same ODK software. All the data they are sending, it will come together. I can put all the data together and use it the way I want. So this is it. So when you build the form, collect, aggregate, build, collect, aggregate. Before you collect, you deploy. We'll learn all this. I'll show you out. After you build the form, you need to deploy it. Then you collect the data, you download it. You'll all learn this in this training. So let's move and see what next. So the next thing we are going to discuss about is how to register an account and develop a new form. So like I said, in giving you the definition of this open data kit, it's a free and open source software. So it's absolutely free. You don't need to purchase anything when you want to use ODK. You don't need to buy anything. Everything is free and is open source. There is a website that we are going right now. We just go to the website. We're going to create a free account. You don't need anything. You don't need to pay anything. We'll create a free account. When we create a pre-account, then we'll start developing our form. That is to build our form right now. So that's what we are going to do right away. So I will just stop the sharing. I'll open my browser so that we can start with creating a new account. So let's see. Okay, I'm with you. I just want to open okay, so let me share my screen back. I'm sorry. So if you can see my screen, please let me know so that I can continue. So here it is. All you need to is to go to kobotoolbox.org. That is kobotoolbox.org. kobotoolbox.org. That's the name of the website. I'll write it on the screen. You will see it. kobotoolbox.org. So when you come to this kobotoolbox.org, you'll see, you can scroll down and just explore the website and see how the website is all about. You can read it if you want to read it. Go ahead and read whatever you want to read. So if you want to donate something for them, it's a free and open source. If you want to donate something, you want to donate money to them and something, you can donate. But if you want to just sign up, click on sign up, and we are going to create a new account. So you are going to sign up. Please select this one, Global Kobo Tools Box Server. Click this one. Don't use this one, European Union. Use this global one. Just click on create an account. So I want to tell you something. Even if you come back to the website, you want to log in, you need to click this sign up and click on sign in. You need to do that. Even if you want to log in after you registered, that's how the website works. So if you click sign up, then you come down, you click login. But if you want to register a new account, you click sign up, then we start the registration. So I'm going to use one of my emails to see if I can use the mail. So let's wait for it. It's my network. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. Let me refresh the page. I don't know what is happening to my network or the website. I don't know. So let me refresh. What is wrong? I'm sorry. It's from the network. I don't think it's from my. It's from the website. I don't think it's from my network. But maybe my network is not that strong today. But let's wait for it. It will open. Yeah, I know the website is working. It's from my end. I don't know what is happening. I know the website is working. Even with my mobile phone is opening. So, but I will. We have to wait for it to open on my laptop. I don't know what is wrong. I really don't know. So let's just give it some time. I don't know what is happening and why it's doing this. I'm sorry, I'm just trying. Okay, it's open. Let me share my screen. Okay, it's okay. So here it is. It's open. It's open. Let me just close this. Let me close this also. So this is the form, and this is how to you can do the registration. This is the form. Please fill all your informations. I'm going to fill mine. Don't write my information, write yours. Whatever you want to write, write it. Don't write my own information. So I'll write my name is Ahmad Amino Ahmad. Organization, you write the name of organization. So I'll write my name, the name of my company. You write the name, you must write the organization. Normally, this is for organizations, it's organizations that are collecting data and other things. So it's for organization. So you write the name of, if it is a company or whatever. So for the username, I think I'll call it ODK with Ahmad. Let me just call it with that name, since that's the name we use for the training. So I'll call it ODK with Ahmad. Then for this, I'll call it, I'll put the email. For the sector, I can select any sector, but make sure whatever you are doing, select the sector that tally with what you are doing. It can be humanitarian, education, health, logistics, nutrition, protections. All these you can use them for. Protection is that to do with WP, that is women, and that child protection, rule of law, and whatever. This sanitation, water and hygiene, wash. You can choose whatever humanitarian you are doing it for. So let's say you are doing it for education. So I just select education. Country, you select your country. There is all the countries in the world are here. Select your own country. Don't select my country. So I'll put the password. Make sure your password is very strong. So I'll put it again. Make sure your password is very strong. You put alphabets, that is, you start with maybe capital letter, you put alphabets, you put some characters in the password. Then that's how you create a very strong password. When you did this, click on, so ODK with Ahmad, that's my username. Don't forget the username, and this is my email that I used. So I'll just click create account. So a confirmation email will be sent to this email that I just used. So here it is. Let me come back. This is the email. I don't know if they will send it. I know it used to take time sometimes for it to come. But let's just wait and see. It used to. So they send the activation email. So you wait for it. I don't want us to wait for it because I already have an account with them. I don't want us to wait for it. If we have to wait for it, it can take time, because I think last training we did is we have to wait till next day for us to get that. So please, I think the best thing is for me to go back to the Kobo tools and use old. If you did that, they will send confirmation email to you. Use that confirmation email. Let me go back to sign up. I'll just sign in. I've been clicking, it's not working. So I'll just log in. I already have account with them. So I'll just log in with my account, and I will start we will start developing the form. So I will say this is the name of the account. I have multiple accounts, so let me use this one. Before this class, I deleted most of the works I did on it, so it's going to look fresh, like new account. Even if you when you activate your account, is going to look like this. So let me delete this one. I don't need it at all. So let me delete it. Don't worry, it's just something. I know that I put it in draft. Okay, yeah. So here it is. Let me refresh. So you are going to see everything like this. The interface is going to be like this when you activate your account. When they send the confirmation link to you, then you click on it, you activate your account, you log in using the same username and password that you used to register. So this is how it's going to look like. So I'm going to take you through this. Let me just explain the interface for you, and maybe we can start developing the form. So you see this is new. When you click this new, is when you want to create a form. You build a form. Build from scratch. You have a template that you want to use, or you have XLS form. That is XLS form that I use to develop ODK form. Is another format of Excel. Some of you understand XLS, they knew it, some they didn't, but it's a format of Excel, and you can import the XLS form from another URL. If you have a XLS form in maybe on Google Drive, or maybe on GitHub, somewhere like that, you can import it without so you don't waste your time trying to build the form from the scratch. So you can use template, upload it, or import it. But we are going to develop it from scratch. I'm going to teach you how to do it from scratch. That's number one. That's what this new is all about. Then we have deployed. This deployed is all the forms you deployed, you are going to see them under deployed. Now we have 0 because we did not deploy any form. But when we deploy a form, we are going to see maybe 1, 2, 3, or 100 forms that we deployed. If we deployed a form, it means that the form is live, and people that are going to the field for data collection or to conduct the research or to conduct a survey, they can use the form and captured all the data that we want them to capture. That's what this deployed is all about. We have a draft. When I opened this account, you saw a draft. I deleted it. That means I started a work, I didn't finish, or I started building a form, I didn't finish. The form is under draft. So if I want to deploy it, I'll just click where to deploy it. When I deploy it, will come back to deploy it, and that when the form is live, but the form is under draft. And we have archive. If I want to archive a form, maybe data has been collected, I just want to archive it. Archiving is like mini deleting of something. You just put it in a, not, I can't call it a trash. You just put it somewhere that if you want to work with it, you can bring it back and work with it. That's what this archive is all about. So we have library. These are all the library that we have. Sorry about this. So you don't need this for now. Forget about that. Forget about this library. Then we have this H. We see this H here. We have account setting, language, and logout. If you are not a Nigerian, maybe you don't understand English, you want to change your language, please click language and change it to Arabic. You change it to any language you want. There are different languages that you can change it to. So this is it. I think you can go to account setting and set your password and other things that you want to do. I think this is okay for now. You are good. You understand little about this interface. Don't worry, maybe tomorrow we'll explore more. So now we are going to start building the form. So click on this new, then you click build from scratch. So let me click here. So it will ask you for the name of the project. That is, what is the name of the project that you are going to carry out? Let's say we want to carry out about data analytics profession. It's just, I'm just saying this, it's just we want to carry about data analytics profession. That's the name of the project that we want to do. So if you have a description, you can write the description. Okay, description. This project will be carried out in order to know the number of people that are interested to learn. You can write whatever you want to write, description of it. Okay, let me say this is a project. I can just say that this is a project funded by EU. I'm just saying, not EU. That just write the funded or funded by, let me say, state government, in order to know people that have data analytics skills and those that are interested in data analytics profession. This is just a description. This description will not appear to anybody. It's just for you to, maybe when you have a lot of works, because this data collection, if you have these skills, maybe some organization will be approaching you to conduct that research for them. So any project that you are doing, please, you can write the description of the project so that maybe when if maybe you have teams and other people, they will understand how you come up with the form, what the project is all about, what the data is all about, or what you need to find out from the data and the rest. So you write the description and everything you want to. Maybe you can even write the cost of the data analytics training and other things. You can just write whatever you want to write. Then another thing is you select the sector. So if you can recall, we select this sector during registration. We say humanitarian education, so I can select it. But the reason why they ask you to select this sector again is because building a form differs. Any project comes with its own sector. Maybe I'm collecting the data on protection or wash or nutrition or on health or on something else. I don't need to select this education. I'm going to select something else. And if it is not even a humanitarian work, maybe it's a public administration, art and science, education services, something like that. If it's not humanitarian, just select whatever you want to select and don't worry. The next thing is select the country. It can be maybe the project you are conducting in Niger Republic or you are conducting in Uganda, even though the account owner is from Nigeria. Don't worry about that. Select the country where the project is being conducted. So you select Nigeria. If there is another country where the same project will be conducted, you can write maybe Niger State, that is Niger. Then you can write all the countries that where this project is going to carried to be carried out. So you select this. After this, you need to create project. Click on create project. So now when you click on create project, the next interface is where you are going to build the form. This is where you are going to build the form, exactly where you are building this form. So as you can see here now, this interface that we have layout setting. Let me start with this layout setting. Oh, this is the name of the project already. We name it this data analytics profession, of course. Then this is the layout setting, layout and setting. Let me explain this to you. You see, we have single page. That is, each question will be in single page. So this is by default, every question on ODK is single page. You just is single page. You'll just keep swapping next. When you answer this question, you swipe your phone next like that. And you can have a grid theme. You can have, there are different themes. You can have multiple pages. You can do all what you want. But I highly recommend, please leave it as single page. Don't go and do something else. Leave it as single page, because ODK is built for people that have no prior experience. Those that can work with it is for those that have even no prior experience on data collection and other things. Don't make the form form looks too complicated for them. So it can be people from rural area that are going to do the data collection for you, because you from urban area, you cannot go to that high risk area. So they are the one that will use their mobile phone or the tablet to collect the data. So make the form very simple. Please leave it at single page, please. Another thing is this metadata. So all these are metadata. So what is metadata? Metadata is data about data. It's a data about data. Even this data that we have, there is metadata attached to our data. For example, let me give you an example of picture. If you take, for example, a picture, image is a data, definitely is a data, but there are metadata attached to image. One, date of captured. There is date of captured, location of capture, time that image was captured. All these are what metadata attached to an image. There are lots of data attached to that image also. All forensic people, those that are into forensic, they knew what I mean by this metadata. And there are lots related to this metadata. So every data has data attached to it. So this data that we are going to collect from this form, we didn't create any data now form. These are metadata attached to any data we are collecting here. So don't worry, please, let's take a recess and have a 5-minute break and come back. It's a 5-minute break that we are coming back. Use the second link that I sent to you that we are resuming 9:45 on your email. Use that email after by 9:45 we resumed and we continue from where we stopped. So let's take a break and we come back by 9:45. You use the second link, the one that I write 9:45 beneath it. Please use that second link. So see you after 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so you are all welcome back. I'm talking about metadata, like I told you, is a data about a data. So the number one metadata that we have is start time. That is, we have a start time. When did the survey, that is the filling of the form, start? So this start time, this is, I want to reveal something to most of you people, especially those that are data collectors. If you are sent to the field by organization, like especially NGO, to do a data collection for them, the starting time that you start that data collection or you start filling that form is automatically being captured by the system. That's why this is where they set it up. So don't think maybe they ask you to conduct the survey between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you didn't go to the field. Just in the night, around 8 p.m., you start filling the form and send the data. Nobody will call you back again. Nobody. Because they will know, they will see the time the data was filled and the end time. They will see that. Take note on that. Secondly, Another thing is that this start time and end time also is helping in determining those that are doing a genuine work. Because there are certain forms that there is no way you can finish those forms within a particular period of time. Maybe a questionnaire with 15 questions. You are asking someone, he is responding to you. If you are to listen to the person and fill the data, there are certain minimum minutes that must take you for you to finish one person. So this start time and end time, you can start filling a questionnaire with 50 questions and you just finish everything within 1 minute, you are done. Since you are fast, you are very fast, you just keep filling. You will be what? You will be caught up that yes, you are filling a very wrong data, you're just sending rubbish. So this start time and end time, they are metadata, and you as someone who is filling the data, you cannot see it and you cannot know whether the data metadata of start time and end time are activated or not. So all you have to do is to do a very good job. But data analysts, when we are to download the data and analyze the data, we can pinpoint this one, this person is lying, this one is doing nonsense, this one is this one is that. All these are things that are used to trace a lot of people. So that's two things. Then we have username. We'll know the user that sent the data. If we want to see this username, we will use username. We'll tick it. Anything that you want to capture, just tick it. Just tick it. Anything, all that you want to capture, tick it. This today will capture the day that the form was filled. If you were to ask to fill the data between 14 and 15, but you didn't do the work, it's until 16 you did the work. This today, you all know today's function, even on in Excel, you know what today function did. It will return the exact day when the form was what? Filled. So we have auditing, and this auditing is it has to do with, there are certain that you have to put here that has to do with this auditing, but I don't normally, it's just for inspection. There are things that you use to do that, but forget about it. I'm not going to talk about that. Username is for to capture the user that sent the data. So if you are to ask to send the data, but you use another username, maybe you send someone to do the work for you, it will capture that phone number. That is the phone number that you used to send the data. It will capture the phone number and device ID. Maybe they gave you their own smartphones or their tablet to do the work. You refuse to do it. You use your phone and do the works. They will see all that. So if I tick all this, it will capture all this for me. These are the meta data of the form. So please take note on that. Then we have this background audio. This is also something that it's being used to know that whether a person goes to where you are sent to. For example, if you are sent to do a market survey, for example, there must be a background noise of people within the market. Maybe sound of maybe vehicles, people talking, this and that. So if you want to enable background noise, if you want to capture the background noise of the people collecting the data, you enable background noise. So you enable background noise. But this, if you tick on this, you need to convert to version 1 and above. These are the features. This form only recorded audio in the background. Consider adding an acknowledgement and whatever. This is something. But if you want, you can add it. Voice only, you can select it. Normal, low, voice only, you can just do that. But I normally don't collect background noise so that we will not have a very big file while people sending their data. So these are the metadata under this layout and settings. So I will just click on it to close that. For the library, if you want to add, if you are already have add library, I have my library, 2 libraries. If you want to, can do that, but forget about this library. That's another thing that I said, let's not talk about it. So now, don't worry, we are going to have a question and answer. If you have a question, please, if you have a question, save your question, write it, you will paste it, I'll read it, and I will answer you. I will save like about, maybe when it is 10, then I will stop when it is 10, then we'll start, I will start answering your questions. Since that what is next on our line outline, I will answer your question, we'll call it a D. So if you have a question, please save your question, I will answer it also. So to build your form, Now, as you can see, this form is empty. You can add question, notes, prompt, and whatever you want to add. This is how you do it. So first of all, you need to click this plus sign. You will see a plus sign here. Click on it. When you click on it, it will ask you to write the name of the question. What do you want to collect first? Now I'm going to say, for example, what I'm going to say. What? Okay, I'll just say full name. If I want, I can say first name, second name, last name. I'll say full name. Just like that. Then you click add question. This add question has to do with the type of data that you are collecting. That is the data type you are collecting from this full name. There are lots of them, as you can see. We have this select one. This select one is when you are giving them option and they are to select only one out of the options that you provided. You click this. We are going to use all this. Don't worry. I'm going to practice almost all these data types that you are seeing. We are going to practice them. You are going to see how they work. Then we have select many. This select many is when you are to give them option to select multiple options. Maybe you want them to select 1, 2, 3, 4 out of maybe list of some options. Then you click on select many. Then this text, if you want them to select a text, to write, maybe maybe like, for example, this is a full name. I want them to write their full name. Then I will select a text. This is for them to write. We have number. If I want them to write a number, then I will select this. That is, if it is integer, you know that already. Those of you that understand all these programming languages. So if it is integer, you write it. If it is a float data type, that is a data type that has a decimal figures, decimal number, then you maybe 2.1, 2.3, 3.4. It is not a whole number like integer. Then you select this decimal. If it is a date, you select a date. If it is a time, you select a time. If it is date and time, you select date and time. If it is point, I will talk about this point. This is a geo coordinate. If you want to capture the geo coordinate, that is the longitude and latitude of the place of the location. So you click on this point, you add the point. We will talk about this point. Don't worry, we will talk about it also. Then we have a photo, we have audio, video, line, note, barcode, this, acknowledge. Don't worry, we'll just talk most about this. I'll show you how to do that. So for example, full name is a text. So you have to click text. Now it means the person that is filling this form under full name is going to write his name. The place for him to write his name will be provided and he will write his full name. So there is something that I will show you. There are options related to this that we just created. You see there is this setting on top. We have 4 icons here. We have setting, delete, duplicate, and we have this one of what? If you want to add this to a particular library, you can click on that. So let's start with the setting. Now, if I click setting, there are lots of setting under this particular question. One, that is the name of the question. This is how the variable of this name will come when you download the data. You know, one of the rule of creating a variable, you cannot put a space in a variable. That's one rule of creating a variable. And you cannot start with number. A variable can never start with what? Number. And you cannot start with, you cannot put space in it. You cannot put space in it. So that way, when we put full name here with space, to create a column name, that is a variable name for that, it puts underscore for us. That's the name of it. I don't want to put any hint. Forget about hint. If this field that you want to collect is a mandatory field, is required, that means a person cannot move to next question until he fills this particular question. Then you click this required. But if the field is not required, you leave it as no. Then the field is not compulsory for the person to fill it. He can move. So when you download the data, you can have this field to be empty. That means because the field is not mandatory. But if the field is a logic, you want to put a formula, that is a formula that will necessitate someone to fill this form. This something is advanced. I don't want to talk about this. It's advanced something. Just let's talk about yes and no only. So that I will not get confused. Yes and no is okay for you for now at this level. Please don't worry about that. Default response, please forget about this. All this, don't worry, I'm not touching. I just touch this and this. So let's move. For the skip logic, the reason why I said I will not talk about is not because maybe I want to hide something for you like that. It's of no use. Some of them you don't need them. It's just like some of them is not, it will not even come in handy. I've been working with this and I never use that, and that way I'm not going to show you that. So please, let's not waste time talking about them. It will not come in handy for you. Don't forget that. So it's for the logic here. This logic will come in handy. You can work with it, of course, is for you to create a condition. That means this question will only appear if the person answered a particular something. For example, uh, are you a Nigerian? If the person said yes, then which state? The question will pop up, and next question will be which state. But if the person said, are you a Nigerian? He said no, then it will say which country. So this is a logic. So if you want to create that logic, we'll create that logic. But now, since it's a first question, we don't have anything to create a logic from, since it's just a first question. But when we continue building the form, we'll create a logic whereby this question is tallied to this answer, and this answer is connected to this question. It's relevant to this question. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry. We'll talk about that. So that's what this logic is all about. So we don't have any question to create a logic from, but we will have that. Then we have this validation criteria, and this validation criteria, it has to do with some, don't worry, I don't think we'll talk about this. If we will, I will talk about it when we create some questions. If there is any validation, we'll do that. Maybe you ask some question, 2 plus 2. The person said 3. If you want to create a validation code, this thing, you can create it here. That is not 3, is 4, is this, is that, error message and whatever. But don't worry, we're not going to do that. But for now, we just create this, and I will talk about this also. Okay, it's almost 10. So let's create another question. Let's create, let's write gender. So let's create a select one. So now here I will say male, female. Yes, I will do that. It's either male or what, or female. So I'll leave it like that. So we can create another one. Let's call it, what do we want to call it? What do we want to call it? I'm sorry, I'll just forget. What? Please give me something. Okay, date of birth. So for date of birth, let's add question. We are going to select date. Yes, we'll select date, not date and time. We'll just select date. So for date of birth. So date of birth is just date will pop up for someone to select whatever you want to select. Or maybe we are going to ask maybe qualification. Then here we are going to give it these options. We say PhD, for example, MSc. Then you can just double click, press enter. You can press enter, you can click add on. So MSc, BSc, then you can click another one. I think it's okay, HND, ND, NCE, whatever. These are the just for him to select only one. Then you move on, you keep creating the questions that you want to create. So I think let's stop here. I will respond to some of your questions if you have. Maybe tomorrow, yeah, language spoken and whatever. Don't worry. We'll do that. We'll create a lot of questions here, including the geo coordinate, how to collect the latitude and longitude of the location and whatever. Tomorrow we'll finalize the form, and then we'll deploy the form, try to collect some data with the form, and come back and download the data. Also, we'll do all that tomorrow. So if you have any question, you can ask your question. Okay, marital status, of course. Let me put that marital status so I will not forget. Marital status, so we'll just select married, single, widowed, then divorced. So here like this, so this is what we have. So please, let's keep developing the form, and see, okay, let's stop here, please. I can see you have some questions. Let me respond to question. Let's stop here. So, uh, and respond to your questions. So let's go back to our, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sharing my screen back. Okay, this is what we have. So the question and answer, let me start, answering your questions if you have. So if you have any question, please drop it, then we can, do that. Okay, Musa, I didn't get your question. Are we using Kobo Toolbox or ODK? Both or only this? Kobo Toolbox is just, like I told you, it's the software that, this open source, they use that to help people do whatever they want to do. And it's another name for ODK. Some people are calling it ODK, some you call it Kobo Toolbox. Whatever you call it is the same thing. So don't, confuse the two. And when we are using it, we also, like you did, we did bootcamp with you, Musa. We download ODK and we use ODK to do that. So even though we develop the form from here, from Kobo Tool website, we use ODK to do it. So it's the same thing. Don't get confused. Someone is asking, how can I take the completed form to the organization that gave me the job? This is something that you want to run, behind. That's what we are teaching. That's what you are learning. Bello, Dalatu, that's what you are learning here. Don't worry about that. When we are done, you will know how to take it to the organization that give you the work. Yeah. Someone is saying, Abdul Rashid is saying email. Yes, of course, we will put email, we'll put phone number tomorrow. We'll put a lot of things to make the form, perfect. We can do that. And please, let me, tell you this. Try to practice what we did today. Go there, create your own account, build your own form. If you did everything, correctly, just save. Tomorrow when we finish, you'll see how we deploy it, how to do other things. Please start working with it today. Don't wait till when we are done with the training and that when you will start practicing. Start practicing today. When you encounter any problem, you ask it tomorrow. Start practicing today. I'm uploading this video to you. I will share the link with you again. You can you can watch the video before tomorrow. Start practicing. Don't wait till tomorrow. I didn't get your question. Is it that in data analysis, one has to go extra mile for the contract? I didn't get this that you are talking about. I don't know what this extra mile means. While creating account in Kobo Toolbox, I don't have organization or company. What should I do? Create one and put one, create one in your head and write it there. You must have organization. So if you don't have organization, just create one. Marwana, just put Marwana Humanitarian Services or Marwana Foundation. Just write whatever you want to write. Can small business owners use this? I can't tell you how. If small business owners can do it, what the purpose? You look at the purpose. What do you want to do it for? I've told you it's a data collection tool. So, as a small business owner, you want to use ODK. What do you want to use it for? Do you want to use it to record your, maybe sales, or to record what you are doing, or to do anything that you want to capture, maybe data collection? You can use it to do that. But if you say how, I don't know. I don't even know what you can do with it as a small business. If you know you have something to do with it, you can do it. But any data, in as much as you want to store a data, you want to save a data, you can use ODK to do that. You can use ODK to do that. You don't need any software. You just need to use ODK, download ODK. Just keep saving your files in it. So you don't need to buy a hosting plan and purchase anything for free. You can do that. Yes, you can work with. Can I work for data analysis, data entry, data collection for countries while in Nigeria? Yes, of course. Now it doesn't require you to be anywhere to do that services. You can do it. Can students use it as questionnaire for this data using any name as organization? Yes, you can use any name, Mubarak, as organization. Some of us come late. Yeah, I said I will upload the video. I recorded everything. You will catch up. Yeah, I talk about capturing image. Yes, that is your way you can capture image. Of course, You can capture image. Maybe you are taking people data of vulnerable people. You can capture image of the people you interviewed. There is a way you can select this. How will you know your work is saved? I didn't get your question, Muazu. I didn't get that question. How will you know your work is saved? I don't know what you mean. Do you want to include GPS in this training? How to use for data collection? I saw some jobs include. I already talked about that. I will show you how to put the point, the geo coordinate. That's what GPS is all about. I'll talk about the points. I said that. I said that. The same question. Marwana is asking the same question again. Okay, so I didn't see any question. Just click save. When you create your form, okay, if you mean to how do you know the work, when you finish all what you are doing, I show you how to click save. There is save on top of the form. Just click save. When you click save, it will save everything for you. So there is a way to click save. Okay, let me show you. Where is it? You see, this is save. You see save here. Just click saved. When you click save, it will save everything for you. That's where you see you click save. Then when you go back, now let me save what we have done today. So let me click save. So you see successfully updated. So now if I come back to return to the list, you see we have data analytics profession. This is where we stop. Let's stop here today. So tomorrow, if you come back, I will show you how we can continue from where we definitely stop. Oh boy, someone is asking, can it be used for data collection of employees? My brother, it can be used for everything that has to do with data collection. You can use it. Everything, not only employees. Even if it has to do with collection of data, collection of employers, employees, organization, anything that you want to collect data for, you can use ODK for that. Everything. Even if our government are smart enough to in collecting data, they will stop using a lot of program that they spend. You will see a data collection, they used one application, they spend 20 million to build the application, this and that. They can use ODK for free to do that. The aim is one, is to collect the data and have it in CSV format or Excel format. That's the end point of every data collection. Every website that you are using, if you collect data from that website, the endpoint of that data is Excel file. That's the endpoint. Go and build whatever software you want to build. The endpoint is that Excel file. Some of you that understand, that know what I'm doing, some of you that learn my SQL, you know how to download data from database on my SQL. You know how to download it. Even SQL data, when you are using SQL, you are using it with what? CS, you can upload CSV format and do whatever you want to do. So this is something that anything that you want to do, in as much as it has to do with data collection, you can use ODK. Is this software for me? Oh boy. The organization that give you work, you are only giving them the data. You are not giving them the software. You are not giving them the account. You are giving them the data. You are only creating the form. You can create the form and just send the login details for them to use the form on their mobile phones and collect the data, and you give them back the data. That's the only thing you are doing. Don't worry, when we are done with the class, maybe you will understand more about what you need to do. Yes, government, yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, if you think they use ODK during census, of course, that's the best thing to do. They should stop wasting time. But this ODK, if they tell you how much they spend maybe to build that also alone, this thing that we are just doing now, if they tell you how much millions they spend to build that, you will cry. And of course, this thing, let me tell you one thing, is costly. It's just because I'm training you for free, don't think that to work with this ODK is for free. If you are to work with this, some organization can give you millions of naira to build this for them. It's not just the way some people think. Just because I'm teaching you for free, don't think it's for free. So is of course, even if you are doing it for government, even if I'm doing it for government now, they will pay me millions. I'm not going to do it thousands. So it's not something that don't think it's just for free like that. Yeah. How to use Kobo with GIS? I didn't get your question, Musa. GIS is different software. It has nothing to do with Kobo. Nothing to do with Kobo. I didn't get you at all. GIS is a different software. Please. How many login details can be used for a single form? It's only one login details. It's for this, just this account login details. The account that we use, this account that I created, the username that I use, the password I use to log in, that what will be used for all the mobile phones that we are going to use for the data collection. That's the login details we are going to use. So we will use it to do that. That's what we are going to use, yes. So it's only one single login details. Okay, so I didn't see any question. I didn't see any question yet. If there is a way to do that, tomorrow we'll talk about that. Maybe you are asking that how can you make it only a specified enumerators for them to have access to. You are the only one that have the username and password. When you are to activate the ODK for them, you are not just giving them the username and password. You are collecting all their mobile phones and install it on their mobile and give it to them. That's your work. You are the one to do that. So you are not revealing the username and password to anybody. That's one thing you should understand, please. There is no difference. It's all the same things. There is no difference between someone is asking ODK and Kobo collect. It's the same thing. Let me just say this so that to avoid confusing you. It's the same thing. Okay, so I think this is where we are going to draw the curtain and let's call it a day. So thank you all so much for listening. And I think we can call it a day. See you tomorrow. And then we continue from where we stopped today. Thank you so much and have a wonderful dream. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.